Friends, welcome to PrepperNow. Today we're going to be talking about lockdowns in Canada again, and we're going to be talking about, well, 37 trillion in debt. It's here. America's passed it, and the Rubicon, well, it's going to be passed here shortly. Financial crisis incoming. Welcome to PrepperNow. PrepperNow is now being sponsored by Augusta Precious Metals. They're a member of the Better Business Bureau, and you can check them out online at AugustaPreciousMetals.com, and a great place to consider putting your retirement if you want to put it into a gold or silver IRA. All right, friends, welcome back to PrepperNow. We are back in the great state of Maryland to stand, and we are ready to bring you some interesting things going on. Before we get started, I want you to listen and watch this clip, because this guy is talking about what we've all known is coming. We all know what they're doing. We know what this is going. We know it's going to happen. Because they don't want you to have any freedom whatsoever, which, you know, why you never see this channel, you don't get notifications, because same jerk faces that run here are the same jerk faces that run everywhere, okay? And lockdowns for the climate are coming. Well, now they are actually happening in Canada. So what does that mean? Well, Nova Scotia basically is writing $25,000 fines for people that are breaking the rules because they're worried that they might start a fire or maybe like go on a hike and have fun.
We're out in Nova Scotia on Mountain Road in Coxheath, and as you can see behind me, this is the woods. But over here, this is not the woods. This is the Department of Natural Resources, where the conservation officers work, who issue $25,000 fines for going in the woods.
Not bad. I'm Jeff Evely. I called earlier.
Evely?
Yeah, Evely. I spoke to somebody earlier.
Yeah.
About the woods ban.
Yep.
And I understand that you guys issue $25,000 fines right now for anybody who goes in.
Yep.
Okay, I'm going to go in the woods over here.
Okay.
I don't want to make any trouble for you guys. Okay, I took this to court the last time they did it. They said I didn't have standing because I wasn't fined, so there was no money involved.
Okay.
So I want to challenge this order in court, and the only way for me to do that is to get the fine. So I'm not trying to make trouble for you guys. Okay, I just want a piece of Tim Houston. And I want to be as accommodating and nice as I can be. I'm just going to...
Okay, so I'm ordering you to not.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah, I
That's
understand.
another...
Roger that.
Double.
All right, so as you can see, it's pretty ridiculous. You can't go out, you can't just live your life anymore. And of course, you know, I go to these different places and I'm kind of trying to see them before they just go full fascist. It's funny, they're always like, oh, I'm anti-fascist. No, you are the fascists. Well, we went and saw Canada last year. Had a wonderful time. It's a beautiful country. We enjoyed ourselves, but that's because we know where things are going. And here we are, a year later, and Canadians are getting $25,000 fines for having the audacity to go out and go hiking and enjoy nature. By the way, we are, from recent studies, supposedly 60% less tied to nature than we used to be. This is going to become a problem. By the way, terrible mite problem going on with honeybees right now. The less tied to nature we are, the less healthy we're going to be. And that's exactly what all this is about. It's not about helping the environment. It's about making you less healthy. Okay? A pox on all the people that do this kind of stuff. You know exactly who you are, and I will lock horns with you, and I'm going to keep calling it out until it can't be called out anymore. Please let people know that this crap is going on. It's not a conspiracy. It's not BS. It is the truth. This is actually happening. Okay? So we need to create awareness, folks, or otherwise all this stuff is going to come, and you're going to wake up one day and you're going to be in a friggin' panopticon. Okay? What is that? It's a circular prison where you don't know where the guards are. The surveillance is all around you. You think that you're constantly being watched, and it's basically a psychological experience. Look up the word. All right, let's talk about the main deal. 37 trillion in debt. What does that mean? Well, it means we are really in a dire state as it is right now. We're having $22 billion a day put into our debt, okay? $22 billion a day is now being added to our debt. What does that mean? It means that, as much as they want to put it off, as much as they want to talk to you about how we're doing well and everything else, looming in the background is this big debt crisis. And there's really nothing any of us can do about it. They're going to paper over it. How do they get out of this thing? Well, first of all, they can't. So what do? They're going to have to do what every country has done since the dawn of time. They paper over it. Okay? What does that mean? That means that they inflate. That is why, I went into the store, okay? And we're looking for basic things. Now, this is a resort town, and prices were already about 15-20% more expensive than just going into, any town USA. Bread was almost $5 for a loaf. That is crazy. And I'm like talking like, not the crap wheat or the crap white bread, but this wasn't like some kind of an artisanal chef-baked bread. All this stuff is going to start to hit people hard. It's hitting everyone. We're doing everything we can to tighten our belts. We have just gotten smacked upside the head multiple times this year. I mean, financially, I've had more hits in 2025 than any year I've ever been alive. And I mean, it just keeps coming. And I know it's happening to everybody else. So what's going to happen if there is a major debt crisis that occurs? What are people going to do? There's so many financial problems that are looming. I'm looking at everything. I'm like, do we sell the house? Do we get out as much debt as possible? Do we go to a foreign country? Do we move over the border to West Virginia? Like, we feel it coming, and I really don't have a clear idea or plan. I don't. But it's coming. Now, the good news is that I'm a prepper, and I panic generally before everybody else. Bad news is that it will inevitably get here. All this stuff is going to happen. We're going to be in some form of a financial crisis in the next 5 to 10 years. It's not going to be tomorrow. It's not going to be next week, probably. Maybe, but probably not. But it's going to kick everyone in the nuts when they're not looking. And it doesn't matter who's in charge. That's the thing. I don't know that Trump is doing it. No. Doesn't matter if it's Trump. Doesn't matter if it's Biden. Doesn't matter if it's Kamala. Doesn't matter. This has been going on for decades. We are screwed no matter what. It is coming. So you have to prepare yourself. You have got to do things to prepare yourself. This is coming. It's not a question of when or if. It's like, how much time do we have? It is a question of when. It's not a question of if. It's a question of when. When is this going to happen? I don't know. But it can't. This is unsustainable. There's no way you can add $22 billion in debt per day. And that's going to keep going too. And nobody's got any answers. They're not going to cut any funds. They're not going to cut Medicare. They're not going to cut Medicaid. They're not going to cut Social Security. They're not going to cut anything. Anything. They're not. So it's going to just keep going. And then one of these days, you and I are going to wake up. And we're going to be like, oh, okay, you know, what's going on? Turn on the news. And it's going to be like I remember, but like 5 times as worse. In 2008, I remember I was applying for a job. I was working in New York City. I didn't like where I was at. I was looking at another job. I look on the news, and sure enough, everybody's freaking out. You know, it shows the whatchamacallit, you know, like CNBC and all that, and the traders, and they're all freaking out. They're trying to sell and yada yada. And, you know, big red blood on the screen and you know, down 900 points, blah, blah, blah. That's coming again. It's not like, oh, there's no way. There's no way that we get away from this. Nobody is going to get out alive from all of this. So, what can you do? Folks, all you can do is brace for impact and get yourself as much out of debt as possible. Get yourself food and all the different prepper things we talk about. You know, a guy comes and is like, why don't you do prepper videos? If you don't know how to prep by now, you have a problem. If you're not figuring out how to have a rain catchment system, you have a problem. If you're not figuring out how to put cans of food in a cool, dry place like your basement, you have a problem. If you're not getting things like a generator, solar and gas powered, you have a problem. If you're not getting medications, you have a problem. If you're not learning how to use and protect yourself with security systems, whether that's a trail cam or something that fits in your hand, you have a problem. It's not paranoia. It's inevitable. So 37 trillion will become 40 trillion, will become 45 trillion, will become 60 trillion. And at some point along that path, the whole friggin' thing is going to go. And wherever you are, that's what it's going to be. It's going to be Depression 2.0. It's just a matter of time. So, all I can say, folks, is keep prepping, keep doing the things, and get everything you can put together, because there's no better time than now. It will not get any better than it is right now. So this is the time to do it. It will not get cheaper. It'll not get more affordable. It'll not get more available. This is it. This is it. The clock is ticking. And you got to get her done. So I hope you get her done. All right, there's your prepper prep talk, your motivational whatever. Lockdowns and crap, they're going to come back, folks. They're already doing them for chikungunya in China. They're doing them for climate in Canada. They don't want you to be free. And then to really hammer it home and kick you in the financial nuts, that whole thing is going to happen. At some point in the not-so-distant future, the whole thing is going to crap the bed. And we're going to wake up one day and there's going to be a financial crisis everywhere. I hope to God you're prepping. Friends, this message has been brought to you by Augusta Precious Metals. That is the channel sponsor. If you would like to check them out, there is a Learn tab. It says Learn with PrepperNow and Augusta Precious Metals. You'll see it. It's in the sponsorship section. Join them. Take a check. You know, like look them up. Check them out. do an exploratory with them and listen to what they have to say. They're one of the best companies for this out there. They might be able to help you. Other than that, friends, join us on Twitter, Gab, Minds, Truth. Subscribe Star, Locals. I've not been able to put those out there, but they're coming. Join us, join us, join us. And we're going to keep the intel and everything coming out, all right? God bless you all. We love you, and we'll see you on the next one.